The ancient Stoics, like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, offer us timeless wisdom. Their teachings have transcended centuries, providing guidance on how to live a fulfilling and meaningful life. These philosophers believed that true happiness comes from within and is not dependent on external circumstances. Stoicism is a philosophy that originated in ancient Greece. It was founded by Zeno of Citium in the early 3rd century BC. The Stoics taught that the path to eudaimonia, or flourishing, is found through the practice of virtue and wisdom. It emphasizes virtue, reason, and living in harmony with nature. The Stoics believed that by understanding the natural world and our place within it, we can achieve a state of tranquility and inner peace. This harmony with nature is not just about the environment, but also about understanding human nature and our relationships with others. Stoicism teaches us how to live a good life. It encourages us to focus on what we can control and to accept what we cannot. By doing so, we can maintain our equanimity and avoid unnecessary suffering. The Stoics believed that our judgments and attitudes shape our experiences, and by cultivating a rational mindset, we can navigate life's challenges more effectively. It helps us deal with challenges. Life is full of obstacles and difficulties, but Stoicism provides us with the tools to face them with courage and resilience. By practicing self-discipline and perseverance, we can overcome adversity and grow stronger from our experiences. It shows us how to be better people. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of ethical behavior and contributing to the greater good. By acting with integrity and compassion, we can make a positive impact on the world around us and build meaningful connections with others. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions. Instead, it teaches us to understand and manage them. The Stoics believed that emotions are natural responses to our perceptions and judgments. By examining and adjusting our thoughts, we can achieve emotional balance and maintain our inner peace. It's about understanding and managing them. Through practices like mindfulness and self-reflection, we can gain insight into our emotional responses and develop healthier ways of coping with stress and adversity. This self-awareness allows us to respond to situations with greater clarity and wisdom. It's about living a life guided by reason and virtue. The Stoics believed that by aligning our actions with our values and principles, we can lead a more fulfilling and purposeful life. This involves continuous self-improvement and striving to be the best version of ourselves. Stoicism is as relevant today as it was centuries ago. In our fast-paced and often chaotic world, the teachings of the Stoics offer a timeless framework for finding peace and stability. By applying Stoic principles, we can navigate modern challenges with grace and resilience. It offers practical tools for navigating the ups and downs of life with resilience and wisdom. Whether we are facing personal struggles or global crises, the wisdom of the Stoics can help us stay grounded and focused on what truly matters. By embracing Stoic philosophy, we can cultivate a life of purpose, virtue, and inner peace. Emotions are powerful. They are like waves that can crash over us. Joy, sadness, anger, fear, these are all part of the human experience. Logic is like our rudder. It helps us steer our ship through the stormy seas of life. Logic helps us make sense of the world. It helps us make good choices. We need both emotions and logic to navigate life. Emotions give us color and vibrancy. Logic helps us make sound decisions. The key is to find a balance between the two. That's where Stoicism comes in. Stoicism teaches us that we can't always control what happens to us, but we can control our reactions. We can choose how we respond to adversity. The Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, our actions, our responses. These are within our power. By mastering our thoughts, we can master our emotions. We can choose to focus on the positive. We can choose to see challenges as opportunities for growth. Stoicism is about training our minds. It's about developing inner strength and resilience. It's about living a life of purpose and virtue. Stoics don't believe in suppressing emotions. They believe in understanding them. Emotions can provide valuable information. However, Stoics caution against letting emotions control us. Emotions can cloud our judgment. They can lead us to make impulsive decisions. Stoicism encourages us to use logic as our guide. Logic helps us see things clearly. It helps us make rational decisions. By using logic, we can manage our emotions effectively. We can avoid being ruled by our passions. We can live with greater peace and tranquility. Section 5. Practical Stoicism, taming our emotions in daily life. Stoic principles can be applied to everyday situations. One powerful technique is negative visualization. Imagine the worst that could happen. This helps us prepare for challenges. Another Stoic practice is gratitude. Focus on what we are thankful for. This shifts our perspective to the positive. When faced with a difficult situation, take a deep breath, pause before reacting. Ask yourself, is this within my control? Remember, we can't control everything that happens to us. But we can control our responses. We can choose to face adversity with courage and wisdom. Section 6. Dealing with anxiety, a Stoic approach. Anxiety is a common human emotion. The Stoics understood this. They offered practical advice for managing anxiety. One technique is to focus on the present moment. Worrying about the future won't change anything, it only steals our peace of mind. Another strategy is to challenge our anxious thoughts. Are our fears rational? Are we catastrophizing? Often our anxieties are unfounded. Stoicism teaches us to accept uncertainty. We can't control the future, but we can control our response to it. We can choose to face the unknown with courage. Section 7. Overcoming anger, Stoic strategies for peace. Anger is a powerful emotion that can cloud our judgment and lead to actions we might later regret. It can be a destructive force if left unchecked, causing harm to ourselves and those around us. However, Stoicism offers effective ways to manage and transform this intense emotion. One of the core principles of Stoicism is the idea that we have control over our reactions, even if we cannot control external events. This philosophy teaches us that by mastering our inner responses, we can maintain our tranquility and peace of mind. Anger, when it arises, can feel like a storm within us. It can be overwhelming and all-consuming. But just as a storm eventually passes, so too can our anger if we learn to manage it effectively. Stoicism offers several techniques to help us deal with anger. One such technique is to pause before reacting. When we feel anger rising, we can take a deep breath and count to 10. This simple act can give us the time we need to cool down and respond more rationally. By pausing, we create a space between the stimulus and our response. This space allows us to choose a more measured and thoughtful reaction rather than an impulsive one driven by anger. Another powerful strategy is to practice empathy. When we try to understand the other person's perspective, we can often see the situation more clearly and with greater compassion. This can help to diffuse our anger and foster a more constructive dialogue. Empathy allows us to step into the shoes of others, to see the world through their eyes. This shift in perspective can transform our anger into understanding and patience. Stoicism also teaches us that anger often stems from our own judgments and expectations. When we recognize that our anger is a result of our own thoughts, we can begin to change those thoughts and let go of the anger. By examining our judgments and expectations, we can identify the root causes of our anger and address them directly. This self-awareness is a key component of Stoic practice. Finally, Stoicism encourages us to cultivate forgiveness. Holding on to anger can be like carrying a heavy burden. By choosing to forgive, we can release this burden and experience greater inner peace. Forgiveness is not about condoning the actions of others, but about freeing ourselves from the negative emotions that weigh us down. It is a gift we give to ourselves. By integrating these Stoic strategies into our lives, we can learn to manage our anger more effectively and cultivate a sense of inner peace. This journey towards tranquility is a lifelong practice, but with each step we move closer to a more harmonious and fulfilling life. Section 8. Navigating relationships with Stoic wisdom. Stoicism offers valuable insights for building strong relationships. One key principle is to focus on what we can control, our own actions and reactions. We can't control how others behave, but we can control how we respond to them. We can choose to respond with kindness, patience, and understanding. Stoicism also teaches us to accept people as they are. We all have flaws. By accepting imperfections, we can build stronger bonds. Remember, relationships require effort and understanding. By applying Stoic principles, we can navigate the complexities of human connection with greater wisdom. Section 9. The Stoic life, balance and fulfillment. Living a Stoic life doesn't mean becoming emotionless, it means finding balance. Balance between our desires and our duties, our passions and our principles. It's about understanding that emotions are natural, but they don't have to control us. It means living with reason, virtue and acceptance. Reason guides our decisions, virtue shapes our character, and acceptance helps us embrace the things we cannot change. This triad forms the foundation of a Stoic life. Stoicism offers a path to greater resilience, inner peace, and fulfillment. By practicing mindfulness and self-reflection, we can cultivate a sense of inner calm that remains unshaken by external events. It's a philosophy for living a good life, no matter what challenges we face. Whether we encounter success or failure, joy or sorrow, Stoicism teaches us to maintain our equilibrium and stay true to our values. By integrating Stoic principles into our daily lives, we can develop greater self-awareness, emotional control, and wisdom. Journaling, meditation, and mindful practices are tools that help us reflect on our actions and thoughts. We can navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and resilience. When we face adversity, we can remind ourselves of the Stoic teachings and find strength in our inner resources. Stoicism reminds us that we have the power to choose our responses. In every situation, we can decide how we react, and this choice defines our character and our destiny. We can choose to live with courage, kindness, and purpose. The choice is ours. By embracing these principles, we not only improve our own lives, but also positively impact those around us, creating a ripple effect of balance and fulfillment.